Business equity and opportunities at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What are your memories of the race, your family's history? Mine, we watched from turn 3 on race day. Just in Speedway, just off Main Street, there's a new business that caters to those warm memories. It's called Vintage Indy Sports.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Success Story.
My name's Scott Fitzgerald. This is my shop here. We deal in memorabilia and cards. We just opened it about a month ago. I've been dealing in sports memorabilia and cards for over 30 years. For the most part, it was online. 4 years ago, I opened a shop in Broad Ripple area, closed that in November, and we've been working on this one since the 1st of January. Gosh, it goes almost 60 years. I started when I was about 5 years old, started buying cards, and I don't know, just became hooked. I started listening to Cincinnati Reds on the radio, and just for some reason, just really became a big attraction to me. And it just, sports were an escape for me. And it just kept going and going, and I couldn't get enough of it. By the time I was in high school, I amassed over 1 million cards, and my mom started throwing a fit and say, get rid of these cards, and I'd throw a fit back and say, no, I can't do that. And then she started buying them for me, and so I was primarily a card collector probably until mid 80s, 90s, and then the grading came along, and I found it very subjective, and stopped collecting cards and started selling them. And then a good friend of mine introduced me to game used memorabilia, and I kind of really liked that, and then autographed memorabilia and so forth. So it kind of just, from there, just exploded. I just couldn't quit buying. And so I had 4 storage units, and they're all in here now, so finally. But that's kind of the background of how it started. So, when eBay came along in the 1990s, I had never sold anything really before, and then I started putting cards on there and getting great price, and I thought this was great. And then it's like I just couldn't buy enough, so I just kept buying and buying, and then just before you know it, you look and it's like, where did all this come from? So, honestly, I don't really find them. Most of them find me, and a lot of times you run into a family who's lost a loved one that was a collector. They don't know what to do with it. They're like, do I throw this in the dumpster, or do I send it to Goodwill, or is there value here? So I get a lot of calls that way, where people bringing collections in and just kind of evaluate them and give them a fair price. And some people, they already know a price when they come and they ask. So some of them you negotiate and so forth. But yeah, for the most part, the majority of stuff that I buy, people bring in. I've been coming to this building since it was an antique mall years ago, and I knew they closed this 4 or 5 years ago, and I had been eyeing it since then. And then it was purchased by the State Farm Agency, and when I was looking for property in this area this summer, I saw that this building here, and I'm like, there's no way that State Farm's uses this entire building, because I knew how big the building was. So I struck up conversations with them and just kind of worked things out over time. I always viewed Speedway as a good location, and again, I knew that it would become more race-centric, but I figured the race collectors, race fans, are also collectors of other sports. And I just thought, you got a built-in crowd of hundreds of thousands of people walking the streets of Speedway every year. So I thought, the demographics are there, and and it's proven out to be true. I mean, you get walk-in traffic every day. Yeah, I mean, my business does see spikes, ebbs and flows based on how the local teams are doing. Pacers are doing very well right now, so I get calls every day from people looking for Pacer memorabilia. When the Colts are doing well, I see the same thing helping with that. So, and certainly, the month of May, we got a lot of race fans coming in. Basically, what they expect is that, first of all, a friendly staff that will assist them, and then they're just going to find basically sports memorabilia from about any sport you can imagine. I mean, we got, not like we have anything close in horse racing that we do auto racing, but there is some horse racing stuff here. Gymnastics, swimming, we have that. But again, we kind of focus on the major sports, and they're going to find over 4,000 square feet filled with memorabilia. Some of it game used, some of it autographed. A lot of cards. So, about anything that a collector would want, we either have or we know where we can get it. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a second level up here you'll see, and all that is my personal collection. And it consists of athletes that are either from Indiana or participate in sports in Indiana. I got a rack upstairs that's nothing but game used jerseys. I mean, that doesn't put you any closer to the athlete than buying a uniform that was on the back of one of your favorite athletes. And I have them from Pacers, Colts, Fever, Indiana University, Purdue University, Notre Dame. So basically that's something that you don't find in every store, is actually be able to walk in and touch the items that were on the back of a professional athlete. Yeah, I mean, we got the supplies here. You know, we got the this penny called penny sleeves, and you know, generally put that on the card first, and then you put that in a top loader, which is a little harder plastic to help protect those. Then we also have sleeves for graded cards. Then we have sleeves for pictures, photos, postcards, comic books. So yeah, basically try to have supplies on hand to accommodate all collectors, not just the sports card collectors. Then we have boxes as well that, you know, they can store those items in. But in today's day and age, everybody's kind of looking for who are the hot players. Who are the ones that just got the tremendous upside? You know, they view it as a stock market today. So it's like, you know, if I can buy a Wemby card, for instance, and I can get a good price, I'm going to buy that. Well, he got hurt this year, his cards went down in value. He will be back and the cards will go up in value. So you got a lot of people that that look at, you know, sports collectibles and cards as an investment, the same as you would a stock market. If it's just as a collector, then yeah, absolutely, you know, center on what you love. I mean, if you're doing it as an investor, then yeah, you got to stay on top of all the cards, but you know, absolutely, I would, you know, recommend collecting what you love. My personal collection is items that mean something to me, and it's something that I don't wake up one day and say, I'm tired of these being here. So what gets me excited the most is seeing collectors that like it and appreciate it as much as I do. You know, I also like kids coming in that are getting into the hobby and see their excitement when they get their favorite players.
Our thanks to the folks at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for letting us host Business Equity and Opportunities during a race day in Indianapolis. Thrill for us, hopefully useful to you. Entrepreneurs, small business owners, people who crave the information that successes like the Speedway and the racers at the track certainly author every month of May. We appreciate you being with us. Always want to invite you to join the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. Here's some more of those great stories in a longer version that's on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Our website, beoshow.com, has all sorts of great resources for you. Every one of our past conversations, including this week as well, and in the future, a great place to always catch up to our weekly newsletter that we update at least once a week with new information and resources for you as well. You can always catch this broadcast free of charge on Wish TV, 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. If you'd rather be on the go away from the TV set, that's fine. Just stream us at wishtv.com. For now, thank you for being with us. Thanks again to the track for letting us be with you here at this great venue, and we'll see you next week on Business Equity and Opportunities. Till then, I'm Scott Sander. Have a great day.
Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Made possible by Fifth Third Bank, Indiana Black Expo, Gemco, Indy Biz Pass, Bose McKinney & Evans, Eskenazi Health, and Lilly, a medicine company.